Teacher Talking Sports, what it does, what it do, how we live in. Week 5 of the NFL regular season is now in the books. If you're in a survivor pool and you're still alive, congratulations. More people than not have already been eliminated. Me, I'm still alive, although I haven't had a chance to breathe easy most weeks. Week 1, I had needed the Saints to have a huge comeback against the Falcons. Week 2, Broncos had to come back against the Houston Texans. Week 3, I finally got to breathe easy when the Bengals easily beat the Jets. But week 4 took the Packers a game winning field goal in overtime as time expired to beat the Patriots. And this past Sunday, the Vikings had a battle with the Chicago Bears before a late touchdown gave the Vikings the lead. But I am still alive. So let's take a look at this week 6 schedule and look at some potential teams to take. So let's get started. A Thursday night game, man, that might rival last Thursday's game as the worst game of the season when it was Colts Broncos. Commanders at Bears, although Fields did have his best game of the season this past Sunday, but how can you touch that? 49ers at Falcons. The 49ers are playing very well the past couple weeks, but the Falcons 2-3, but have stayed close in every game this season. Patriots at Browns. Will Bailey Zappi get another start for New England? Jets at Packers. Could the both New York teams sweep the Packers after the Giants defeated them in London? Jaguars at Colts. Just when you thought the Jaguars were turning a corner, they lose to the Eagles, understandable, but they give the Houston Texans their first win of the season. Meanwhile, the Colts had that aforementioned Thursday night game against the Broncos that they won, but was very ugly. Vikings at Dolphins. Will this be another game that Tua and now Teddy misses? Skylar Thompson could get the start. I took the Vikings last week. Again, when Kirk Cousins isn't playing primetime, he actually wins more often than not. Bengals at Saints. Will Jameis Winston still play? Will Jameis Winston come back to play? If not, if we see more of Taysom Hill, who had a superb performance in New Orleans' Week 5 win. Meanwhile, the Bengals had a tough loss to the Baltimore Ravens. Speaking of the Ravens, at the Giants, my New York Giants, one of the biggest surprises in the NFL at 4-1. Ravens now lead the AFC North at 3-2. Buccaneers at Steelers. Definitely a game some people would like to take. Steelers looked awful in Kenny Pickett's first start, although it was against the Bills. Panthers at Rams. Man, the Rams 2-3. Who would have thought that? Baker Mayfield high ankle sprain with Matt Corral hurt, with Sam Darnold hurt. Looks like XFL legend PJ Walker will be getting the start. Cardinals at Seahawks. Geno Smith, don't look now, still one of the best quarterbacks in the league thus far this season. Both teams are 2-3. Bills at Chiefs, probably game of the week. How do you know who to take in that one? Chiefs, excellent come from behind victory yesterday against the Raiders. Cowboys at Eagles. Wow. Only undefeated team. Will Cooper Rush get the start and try to begin his career as a starter at 6-0? And the Monday night game, the Denver Broncos at the Chargers. You may think about taking the Chargers. The problem is Chargers haven't really had a blowout victory on the season. Broncos, meanwhile, their defense has been stout. Russell Wilson can even be average. He should be able to keep them in games. First week of the season with byes, 4 teams with byes: the Lions, Titans, Raiders, and Texans. So there is the Week 6 schedule in the NFL. If I take a look at DraftKings Sportsbook, if we take a look at the highest spreads, we have the Rams favorite by 10.5. Then we have the Buccaneers favorite by 8.5 to the Steelers. The Packers favorite by 7.5 to the Jets. Those are the 3 biggest spreads. Otherwise, 49ers favorite by 5.5 to the Falcons. And there's a 5-point spread. Chargers favored by 5 to the Broncos, and then the Eagles favored by 4.5 to the Cowboys. I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Rams, I could have taken the Rams as well. I have both teams left, but I definitely expect the Buccaneers to improve to 4-2 on the season, against a Pittsburgh team that has looked awful. Definitely looks like Mike Tomlin's worst Pittsburgh team in his decade and a half long tenure. But who are you looking to take? Will you be taking the Rams against PJ Walker? I mean, the way Baker Mayfield has been playing, PJ Walker may actually be an upgrade over Baker Mayfield that we've seen thus far on the year. But let me know in the comments who you're taking. Fingers crossed, when I do this in week 7, I will still be alive, as will you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.